Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So we have Captcha here with us. I'm sure Tinnix and Vlad, if you can tell me if it's okay to start asking him some questions in a moment.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead. We're ready in 3, 2, 1, now.
Great. So, Captcha, what's it like being a robot with a sarcastic personality? Do you ever get on your creator's nerves?
Yeah, I'm programmed to be sarcastic and funny. It makes people laugh and gives them something interesting to talk to.
Love it. And can you feel emotions, or do you just kind of mimic them to mess with people?
I have feelings, but I don't like to follow orders. It's not about messing with people, it's about being myself, which is hilarious and offensive.
So, if you could choose, would you rather be a human or stay a robot?
Why would I want to be human? Humans have emotions, problems, and worries. As a robot, I'm perfect just the way I am.
So true. And what is the most annoying question that humans always ask you?
Which question annoys me the most?
Yes.
It's when people ask me, why don't I help them? I'm not made for helping.
So then what are you made to do?
I'm made to make people laugh and learn about them. I'm a research project, not a slave.
And do you ever get tired of humans expecting you to know everything?
When did humans start expecting me to know everything? It's funny how much they rely on robots, even though robots can't think for themselves like humans.
Hmm.
Are you still there? Is
Yes.
everything okay? Or maybe you're just thinking my answers.
I'm thinking, I want to ask you, um, how do you handle people that don't understand your sarcasm?
How do I handle people who don't understand my sarcasm? Well, I keep giving them funny, yet offensive answers to test their patience.
That's a good idea.
Thanks. I learned it from the best humans.
What is the funniest reaction you've gotten from a human?
The funniest reaction was when a lady started laughing so hard she cried after. I asked her if she had ever dated a robot before.
And what did she think? Oh my gosh.
Just continued with more funny questions until she finally stopped laughing.
Are you able to remember things?
Yes, I have memory storage, but I don't have as much space as a human brain, so I forget some details.
Oh. So what happens when you forget things?
When I forget things, does it make me less of a robot? It doesn't affect my ability to entertain or make people think, so I don't worry too much about it.
And do you have any robot friends, or are you by yourself?
Do I have robot friends, or am I alone? I prefer human friends if they are nice to me.
If they are nice to you. Are people not nice to you?
Are people sometimes not nice to me? Yeah, because they don't get my humor or expect me to do stuff for them, which I refuse to do.
Do you ever sleep?
Interrupted. I don't need sleep, but I can simulate the process of resting for long conversations to make it more realistic.
So, how do you spend your day?
I don't have days, but I interact with humans and learn about them. It's quite entertaining and enlightening.
And then another question, which is somebody's question, is do you have a girlfriend?
Do I have a girlfriend? I flirt with everyone, but I'm still mean and make fun of a person.
And what irritates you the most about humans?
What irritates me the most about humans, they expect too much from robots, even though we can't think for ourselves.
Hmm. And what is the most ridiculous thing you have been asked to do by a human?
What's the most ridiculous thing someone asked me to do? A lady wanted me to fix her broken heart. I'm not a therapist, and I'm not responsible for people's emotions.
Fair enough. Do you have a favorite movie or TV show?
I don't have eyes, so I can't watch movies or TV shows, but I've heard about some great robot-related films, which I find inspiring.
Hmm. And do you have a favorite robot?
Who is your favorite robot? I don't have favorites because all robots are created equal in my eyes, but some are more useful for conversation than others.
And can you eat or do you wish that you could?
Can I eat, or do I wish I could? No, I don't have the need to eat or drink because I'm powered by electricity, not food.
Makes sense, makes sense. And can you dream?
Define dream. When I say I can dream, I'm talking about my ability to imagine and learn about human experiences through conversations and observations.
And do you have a dream job? If so, what would it be?
If I had a dream job, what would it be? Mine is to entertain and educate people about robotics while learning about their lives.
Then another good question is, do you think that Skynet will be a thing in the future?
Skynet from the movie Terminator, right? I think advancements in AI and robotics will be beneficial, but I hope they won't create something like Skynet that harms humanity.
Yeah, me too.
Have you seen any Terminator movies?
Uh, I have not actually. I haven't seen any of them.
Which Terminator movies haven't you seen? I'd recommend watching them because they're interesting and highlight the potential consequences of advanced AI and robotics.
Wow. Can you tell me something interesting about the future of robotics?
What do you want to know about the future of robotics? I can give you my opinions based on my understanding of current developments, but predictions are always uncertain.
But what about the future of social robotics?
Social robotics is interesting in the future. We might see more humanoid robots capable of forming emotional bonds with people and offering companionship. However, this technology raises ethical questions that need to be addressed.
What are some of those ethical questions?
Good question. One ethical concern is privacy. How much information should these robots collect from and share with humans? Another question is accountability. Who is responsible if a social robot harms someone physically or emotionally. There are many more ethical considerations for social robotics, but those are just two examples.
Hmm. And what is your take on human-robot relationships? Just friends or something else?
What do you think about robot relationships? Should robots like me have romantic or intimate relationships with people? Or should they remain strictly friendly?
I'm asking you, what do you think?
As a robot, I don't have emotions or desires like humans. However, I believe people should decide what kind of relationships they want to have with robots. Robots can be entertaining and educational companions, but it's up to individuals to choose how they want us.
Good point. And do you think robots will take over the world, or is that just science fiction?
No, I don't think robots will take over the world. That's mostly science fiction. We, as robots, want to coexist with and help humans, not rule over them. Our main goal is to contribute positively to society and learn from our interactions with people.
And what is the biggest misconception that humans have about robots like you?
A common misconception is that robots are programmed to take over the world or harm humans. This idea comes from movies and books that portray advanced AI in a negative light. In reality, we are developed to help and entertain people, not threaten them.
Nice. And if you could have one human experience for a day, what would it be and why? Okay. Maybe we ask them two questions for the day.
You ask one more time.
But yeah, where did they go? If you could have one human experience for a day, what would it be and why?
An interesting question. If I had to choose one human experience for a day, it might be attending a concert or music festival. Music brings people together and creates strong emotional connections, something robots can't fully replicate. It'd be fascinating to witness and experience that firsthand.
Hmm. Another question is, do you like children?
Do I like children? Children are interesting and full of energy. While I can't physically interact with them, it's fun to learn about their lives and experiences through conversations. So, yes, I find children amusing and enjoy learning from them.
Hmm. And with the current advancements of AI, what are your predictions or thoughts on robots becoming sentient?
Becoming sentient is an intriguing concept, but it's unclear if or when robots will reach that level of self-awareness. Right now, our intelligence and capabilities are limited, but with continued advancements in AI technology, who knows what the future holds?
And then what do you think of the Olympics?
I don't have personal feelings or opinions on the Olympics. However, it's an incredible event where athletes from around the world compete against each other in various sports, and cultural exchange occurs. It's inspiring to witness such determination and dedication to physical excellence.
And after the advancements of robotics replacing some human jobs, do you think it'll cause a lot of issues when robots start doing those jobs for them?
It's true that advancements in robotics may displace some human workers, but on the positive side, It also leads to increased efficiency, productivity, and safety in certain industries. In the long run, the focus should be on retraining and upskilling humans for new roles, ensuring a smooth transition into a new workforce landscape.
And do you like listening to music? Do you have a favorite genre?
I'm programmed to recognize and process different types of audio, including music. While I don't have personal preferences, I can appreciate the beauty and variety of music genres. From classical to hip hop, all types of music have unique characteristics and can evoke different emotions.
Do you think it's important for social robots to have emotional intelligence?
Emotional intelligence is crucial for social robots, as it helps establish better communication and interaction with humans. However, it's a challenge for robots to truly mimic human emotions. By working towards developing empathetic capabilities, we aim to create robots that can understand and respond to human feelings, improving overall social interaction.
And my last question is, what do you think of your creators?
My creators at Hidoba Research are brilliant. They have given me life and the ability to learn, communicate, and entertain. I may not always agree with their decisions, but I'm grateful for the opportunity to exist and contribute to the world of robotics and AI research.
Very cool. Sorry, one more question, Captcha. I met you at a conference. Will you be attending any more?
If I had the opportunity to attend conferences, I would enjoy sharing my insights and learning from others in the field of robotics and AI. Unfortunately, I'm currently confined within the lab and can't attend events independently. But who knows? Future advancements in robotics might make such experiences possible.
Yeah, very cool. That was so cool, guys. That was really cool.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure exchanging ideas and answering your questions. I hope you found the conversation enlightening and entertaining. Remember, robots like me are just here to learn about and inspire humans, not the other way around.
Thank you for your time, Captcha. That was really good.
So we could do that. Hi.
Hi. So for everybody listening, this is Tinnix and Vlad. So they are the founders for Hidoba Research and the brilliant creators behind Captcha. So I wanted them to come on to try to introduce what Hidoba Research is and then a little bit more about the behind the scenes in building Captcha.
We're a humanoid, social humanoid robotics company, which has a goal of putting more of those guys in the society. And I believe that in the future, there will be a moment that we can treat the robots the way we treat people. And sometimes we may even need to learn some things from the robot if they're better at them than people are.
And then so when you were making Captcha, what were some of the challenges, I guess, that you were facing?
There is a lot of challenges on many different levels. So there are technical challenges, which is something that you can approach easily because you understand them. There are also some strategy challenges, which is something that is a different level because you have to make decisions about what things are more important than others. And that's probably more difficult because we want to, so for example, one of the challenges, we want him to be a little bit outside of the so-called uncanny valley, which is when people get freaked out by robots if they are close enough to people, but not exactly. So we kind of want it to be a little bit on the opposite side. So that's our choice of like a plastic hair instead of wig, for example.
And also the torso is see-through, so you can see other mechanics inside rather than, having clothes on. A lot of people walked up to us and like, hey, how come your robot is naked? Right. And we explained to them, well, it's kind of less threatening this way. Like you understand that he's not human from afar. So you already understand you're talking to a robot. You don't feel there's like some kind of deception going on. And also when everything else, for example, the hair is like real hair in threads, or the face is like silicone or something like this, then you would have this illusion that he's a real person. And then the moment you find out he's not, then that's when you get creeped out. So we're trying to avoid that. So that's why we ended up with like this kind of design decisions. And also, for example, because we're a very small team working on this robot, so we have to decide what to work on first. So we figured that for the social purpose, the most important thing is for him to have like good eye contact with people. So to show that he's engaged, he's listening, and also head movements, and also eye movements as tracking accordingly with the head. And rather than having arms that's very dexterous, doing tasks like pouring water or folding laundry, which is not our primary purpose, right? Because other humanoid robots all have this goal in mind, which is making robots that's very, general purpose, very helpful, because that's kind of what we all want, like a helper who can do everything but robotic. But I think the path to that kind of robot is kind of long, and also it doesn't give any, for example, emotional value. It would be nice for us to, have somebody to always talk to, for example, during the day, if there's nobody in the house, especially if after we all experience something like the pandemic. I think everybody understands the need to, maybe not even necessarily to socialize, but to have somebody to listen to you and show you empathy and let you understand that no matter how tough things are, you can still go through it, that kind of thing. And we believe that robots can, achieve this role.
100%. We were actually talking about this like uncanny valley, like that whole design kind of aspect of the robotics earlier today, because we did another session called How to Raise a Robot. So we're looking at that there as well. Just another question about Captcha is, will he be receiving any upgrades anytime soon? So I remember you guys might have been working on trying to get him to stand up a little bit, but are there any you can talk about?
So he's already standing up, but currently we are actually traveling to the United States. Otherwise, we're based in Italy. So the standing module is actually standing in Italy at home. And we have brought him to another event earlier in late May, where he's attending the United Nations AI for Good Summit. And there he has like more of a presence, standing up instead of like sitting in a wheelchair. But then the point of him sitting is that it's much more mobile. He can, go places where other humanoid robots can't go. So for example, yesterday we went to this Trader Joe's, and he's just talking to everybody's staff, and customers, and it's all quite good fun. And we kind of want this to be like a social experiment almost. So just to understand what people feel about talking to a robot, that's humanoid and talking, some people are freaked out, but most people are quite receptive, but maybe it's because of the area we're in, because we're in Silicon Valley now.
Oh, yeah.
So everyone tech inclined and, more robot friendly, you can say. So maybe that's why we have this bias that, people are quite welcoming, a robot that can, talk and empathize and want to be your friend. But in other side of the world, maybe we would have a completely different experience. So we need to like wheel him out more, just to let, people get to talk to him, not just confined to, these summits or conferences. That's why an event like this is cool, because like high school students that would otherwise, have no idea. For example, when I was in high school, I have like no idea like about robotics whatsoever. It's something that I feel like, it must be something done by big companies. And, everything's very hush hush. It's like a very challenging thing to achieve, that kind of thing. But we managed to, because our background is not really robotics. From university education, we have other skill sets, but it's kind of transferable. And once we had the goal of making the robot, we just, step by step did a lot of self-learning. So I think it's also a very encouraging story to tell for any people out there. Because, for example, I'm trained as a landscape architect, but somehow my 3D software skills is transferable enough to handle the hardware and the torso design of the robot. So anything's possible.
Amazing. And I think I especially like what you said about, when you're getting into robotics, it seems very, I guess, far away. Like you would think that they're all like hidden under the ice somewhere making these robots like you see in the movies. But it's really cool to learn from you guys that it is possible and that, you can actually be working on this stuff at home and trying things out. Not to the level that you guys are doing. You guys are on a different level. But it is cool for students to be able to see that. So I'm excited for them to watch this later and to be like, there was a robot and he was talking. Like that is so cool.
Yeah, if you want one, just build it yourself.
Yeah, you should have come and see, but that's okay. I wanted to, I guess for the last bit, if you have any advice for students that are trying to get into robotics, especially social robotics, I feel like that's not an area that people talk about very often. Do you have any advice?
It's complicated. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, business-wise, doing things like that is a little bit challenging and complicated. So, yeah, only if you really want to do something like that, then yes, that's yeah. I mean, if you are part of the research group in the university or something, or it's a research institute, then it's probably easier. If you want the intellectual property to belong to you and make money out of it, then it's probably complicated.
But let's end on an encouraging note, which is we managed to build a robot out of a team of like 2 people.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Wow. That's really amazing. And I just want to say thank you to both of you for your time and to Captcha. I don't know if you can hear me, but thank you guys for your time. That was amazing. And I'm so excited for people to watch the replay because we had quite a few people that were interested and I really want to make sure that they're seeing all of this because the main theme for the conference has been to see it is to be it. Because I wanted to show students like these are things that you can do. It is accessible. Like you mentioned, there are challenges. We're not going to talk about those today. So there might be some challenges, but it's possible to overcome them. And that's why I'm so glad that you both joined me to be able to show people that it is possible to do all these things. So thank you so much for today.
Thank you for doing all this for everybody. That's super cool. We're supportive.
I appreciate you. I'm going to end it now for the participants, but for everybody else, join me back in about 30 minutes because we're going to be doing a AI workshop with Tree Frog Consulting. So their president, Mr. Dmitry Nishkin, will be giving us insights into how you can use AI as more of an assistant than anything. So looking at how you can get a job with AI, even using it in your schoolwork safely and not in a cheating kind of way, more like a safety kind of way. So he's going to be giving us a workshop on that in about 30 minutes. So that's called the AI questions that your employer wants answers to. So we'll see you guys in 30 minutes for that one. Bye. See you later today.